I went to Jomo Kenyatta University, yet I was employed in the mortuary. From there, I went to City Mortuary, where I worked.
So Nairobi is a very versatile, a very complex environment, and you can just find yourself knowing one space, one place, and just understanding that is how Nairobi is. And unfortunately, that is not what it is. Those who came to Nairobi after high school, college, those who came to Nairobi to work, there are people who have different notions of different places of Nairobi. So I have had a privilege of living in the both sides of of Nairobi, like high end, mid end, and low end. That is, when I talk about low end, I think I'm talking about the ghetto. I'm talking about the slums. I'm talking about, yes, those places where people survive. Yeah, but you know, there are people who landed in Nairobi straight to the slums, and they think that is how the way life is. And unfortunately, the environment around there can shape somebody into just knowing that is how life is. Yeah. And I remember when we learned about like behavior, how behavior is influenced. There's nature and there's nurture. So nurture is your environment dictates a lot about how you think, how you act, and how you behave, and mostly how you might end up. Yeah. So if you take, for example, a child who's been brought up in, I'm sorry to say, but in an abusive family, like there's people throwing words at each other, there's no love, and there's people struggling to survive. Yeah, this child will grow up knowing that is how life is. And when they get out here and meet with people who's been brought up in a loving family, who've been brought up in a straight way, they will think that these people are pretending or acting in a different way. Yeah. So where is this story coming from? Where is this whole thing coming from? Yes, I started a series on hygiene, and now I'm talking about Nairobi. I mean, don't get confused. The last week of January, I had a privilege of working with a group who was dealing with offering medical services to the slum. And the slum we went to was Korogosho. Yeah, it was my first time in Korogosho, actually. And when we were going there, we were sold fear. Yeah, like, you guys, if you finish this mission of 3 days and you come back with your phone, you will say, yeah, you are a hero. And I was like, okay. And also your earrings, your necklace. I was like, okay, where are we going? But somehow I was confident, like the ninja in me told me that. And though I was a bit skeptical and I really took care of my stuff, but I was telling myself it can't be that bad. Yeah. And through all these, I came to encounter very many people, and people with different issues, you know, like people who have mostly psychological issues. And the first site, when we landed on the site, it was like every 1 minute a drunk will pass. The other minute somebody will pass who is just not okay, not sober. Yeah, like people with different needs, and you will look at it and be like, God, just these guys need help. But you know what? That is their daily life. Yeah. And apparently when we've gone there, Korogosho has really improved in terms of security, in terms of people coming in, and even the people who are brought up there who have had some light in life, they're coming in to give back to the society. And that is where my plea comes in. You people, if you have anything in your house, if you have things that you think will be of help to people, they have open hands and they are willing to accept, because it will go a long way to help. Yeah. So we met a very nice gentleman called Fred. He runs a CBO. Yeah, Fred was brought up in Korogosho. Those days when I hear Korogosho was a place where you will walk like this and you don't have your clothes the next minute. Like, you will be strangled and all those things. Yeah. So Fred has started an NGO in the middle of Korogosho. It's between the two villages where the middle part was a field which was like a battlefield. Yeah, they used to fight there. So that is how they came in, and they just decided to bring in a police station in the middle. And Fred has also started a CBO there. The CBO is called Restoring Dignity. So this CBO is basically working to help the teenagers. Apparently last year, given the statistics that the government told us, about 300 children got pregnant, yeah, the whole country in the period of 2020-2021. Do you know, in Korogosho alone, Fred has handled 300 teenagers who have dropped out of school due to pregnancy, that period of 2020-21. So there's a bit of discrepancy there, and I think there's not enough data was collected for the government to say that 300 children. That is only in Korogosho, yeah? That is for girls. And now for boys, more than 400 have become drunkards. They've dropped out of school from as low as class 4. And you know, the biggest contributing factor is poverty, yeah? So these kids, they come, they pick stuff, they sell, they start earning little money, and then that is how they get influenced into getting into these drugs and alcohol. And because their parents are constantly not there, and most of them are absent because either they're in drugs or alcohol, both mother and father, the family is not together. So you find that they find themselves ending up in not in a good, in safe hands, yeah? So Fred is also, they're also dealing with the elderly who have been abandoned, yeah? And mostly it's because their children got engaged in crimes and they were killed, or they've become drunkards, or they because of the alcohol and drugs and everything. And so the parents have become elderly and they can't fend for themselves. So they are trying to give these girls the pads, they are giving the girls food, they are giving the parents, the elderly people, the clothes, they are trying to give them a place to sleep, and they are even constructing houses for them, yeah? That is a very good initiative, and may they continue doing that. And they can't do that alone without our help, yeah? So if you have anything, I will leave Fred's details on the description box. Please reach out, and if you have anything, just give. And before this video ends, I met a very learned guy, yeah? His name is Ngatia. This guy, apparently he was a pathologist or a mortician or somehow, but he's not coordinating very well. But this is somebody who's been employed in different mortuaries, public mortuaries, and he has attended to many people. But he was laid out 3 months ago, definitely because of his condition. He got into alcoholism, I think, and he's just not very well, and he was the breadwinner. So basically the ripple effect, yeah? So the family, the wife, all those people, they need help. So this is a guy who is crying out to Kenyans to help. And if you watch this video to the end, you will see, I will put a clip of him. He gave me permission to take a video of him, and so that he can talk to people, and so that people can help out. They can reach out to him and help. You can also help through Fred, because I also linked him up with Fred, and Fred is trying to help them out with food and other basic needs. So if you feel like you're touched, Fred is the right guy who can really stretch the hand and help out Ngatia. So listen to his video. And then you'll be a bit louder.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm Ronald Ngatia, pathologist by professional. I went to Jomo Kenyatta University, yet I was employed in the mortuary. From there, I went to City Mortuary, where I worked. Right now, I'm cooking around like somebody who doesn't have front or back. I'm fathering 4 children with their mom. Right now I don't know what to do. If at all you can have any access, help me to help myself and help my family. In addition to that, I'm asking for any mortuary. I'm here. I have each and every document, and I'm ready for a job. Look at me right now. I have a cry. Help me. Help me. If at all you look at my face, you can see that I'm a thief. I was not born in that calamity. Somebody who can hear my voice, I'm ready. You can help me. Thank you. May God bless you.
And other than that, it's bye from me. And please, those who do not subscribe, please subscribe. To my returnees, thank you very much. And I love you all. See you in the next video. We are going to continue with our hygiene series. Bye.